Yes, dear aspirants, let us uh, let us continue our session. So we were discussing about the poverty, okay, the causes of poverty in our country, and during course of our discussion, we have already uh, understood the different types of measurement as far as poverty is concerned. And the causes of poverty. Okay, what are the major causes of poverty in our country? So, lack of social welfare nets, then pressure of population, low capital formation, you may say, and lack of infrastructure. Then, according to me, the facility, okay, the very social structure in which the facilities, the basic amenities are are going to be provided. So some of the people, some of the communities, some of the sect in our society, they are really deprived. They are really deprived, and that's why they they are they are in that category. You see, the 70% of Indians are engaged in agriculture, and the during the British period, you might have uh, studied that the rural taxes were being raised. Rural taxes were being raised. The land holding, okay, after getting independence, though such type of anomalies they have been taken out. So uh, So you see that the government has distributed the land to the landless people uh, through declaring the declaring surplus land, that is land acquisition. And then after you might have gone through Sealing Act, yes, Sealing Act, through Sealing Act, then the resources, okay, being plundered during the British regime. And after getting independence, India was India was in such a deplorable condition, you may say, that the ownership of land became one of the most important determinant, okay, of material well-being. And those people who own some land, okay, their social status, okay, was considered as something, okay, you may say, upwards. So in this way, Anjali Shah, hello sir, yes, we have continued. And uh, because I am living in such a rural zone, that is Ramchandrapur, near Jasidi. Okay, so such things happen. All of a sudden it trips, and electricity problem. So this happens, but I am going to take care of, because previously we were suffering from this internet problem, but nowadays off and on the electricity, okay, that creates some problem, a little bit problem. But I think from tomorrow it is going to be rectified once for all. So dear aspirants, I was talking about poverty, and this is the most important aspect, because you will find uh, questions related to this very chapter, not only in prelims examination, but in the mains examination as well. So if you will go through the previous year's question paper, take for example the question paper of 2016, you will find some questions related to not only poverty, but some questions related to other most important chapters, okay, which we have already studied. So dear aspirants, here are some of the most important MCQs. Okay, if you are able to answer it, it's okay, but if you are not able to answer, then you will learn something. So please be prepared with pen and paper. Which of the following committees is are related with poverty estimation in India. So poverty estimation in India, and what are the uh, these options? Number one, Lakadwala Committee. Number two, Tendulkar Committee. Number three, Rangarajan Committee. So you are supposed to know the different committees and their objectives. Their objectives. So this is Lakadwala Committee number one, Tendulkar Committee number two, and Rangarajan Committee number three. So you have to select the answer in codes: A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, 1, 2 only, and D, 1, 2, 3. So what is your answer? If you are, yes, Neetu Jha is answering B and C. Neetu Jha is answering B and C. So B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. That is, yes, uh, yeah, no, Neetu Jha D. Yes, Anjali Jha, Anjali Shah. Okay, Anjali Shah is answering 1, 2, but it is Rang Rajan. D is, I think D is 1, 2, 3. Okay, D is 1, 2, 3. Yes, very good. So, Lakadwala Committee, Tendulkar Committee, and Rangarajan Committee. So, all these committees were related to poverty estimation in India. Poverty estimation in India. So, Neetu Jha, at present you are correct, because the answer is uh, D. D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Yes, Anjali Sai, you have to correct yourself, because Rangarajan Committee, this committee is also related with poverty estimation in India. So now let us move to the next question. Okay, and every step is going to add, okay, new feather to your cap. Okay, you are strengthening yourself, you are getting full knowledge here on this platform. So let us move forward. Consider the following statement regarding the food security mission in India. So this is FSM, food security mission in our country. And now the options in this MCQ. Number one, the resolution to launch the mission was adopted by the National Development Council, NDC. So now, okay, there is no NDC. Okay, NDC was there during the days of planning commission. Now that planning commission has been replaced with Niti Ayog. Dear aspirants, you know very well. So option number one, the resolution to launch the mission was adopted by the National Development Council. Then let us understand option number two. It is sponsored by central government. Sponsored by central government. Then the third option, only food grains are covered under the mission. Food grains are covered under the mission. So which of the statements given above is are correct? Now A, 1, 2 only, B, 2, 3 only, C, 1, 3 only, and D, 1, 2, 3 only. Are you able to answer this MCQ? Then answer it. Okay. What is your answer? A, 1, 2 only, B, 2, 3 only, C, 1, 3 only, and D, 1, 2, 3 only. So, food security mission in India. So both the statements 1, 2 are correct. The statement 3 is not correct. Only food grains are covered under the mission. This is not correct. Okay, this is not correct. So statement 1 and 2 are correct. The resolution to launch the mission was adopted by National Development Council. Then second, it is sponsored by the central government. Yes, correct. But only food grains are covered under the mission, food security mission of India. This is not correct. This is not correct. So the answer is going to be A, that is 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Now, dear aspirants, this question is mind-boggling. Okay, mind-boggling. What has been, okay, one of the reasons for India's occupational structure remaining more or less the same over years. There are four options, A, B, C, D type of question. So option A, investment pattern has been directed towards capital intensive industries. Capital intensive industries. Yes, hi Parsuram ji. So B, the productivity in agriculture has been high enough to induce people to stay with agriculture. Option C, ceiling on land holdings have enabled more people to own land and hence their preference to stay with agriculture. Okay. Yes, hi Chandini. And option number D is people are largely unaware of the significance of transition from agriculture to industry for economic development. Now in this MCQ, you have to select the correct option, and the correct option according to me is A. Dear aspirants, investment pattern has been directed towards capital intensive industries. So this is the correct answer. This is the yes, Anjali Sah. Yes, not Anjali Jha, but Anjali Sah. Yes, two Anjalis in our group, Anjali Sah and Anjali Jha. And okay, so and Nitu Jha is also answering correctly. So A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. Now, dear aspirants, I am going to discuss a few questions from prelims, UPSC prelims examination of 2016. 2016. Now here, this is question number 1, and it is going to enhance your knowledge. It is going to upgrade your knowledge, and it is also meant to ensure your practice. Okay, because practice makes a person perfect. Okay, I'm not going to say makes a man perfect, but it because it includes women too. So practice makes a person perfect. So with reference to Financial Stability and Development Council, so this was question number 1 in 2016. 2016 FSDC. So you all know something about this FSDC, Financial Stability Development Council, because off and on you may find a question related to FSDC. Consider the following statement, and here in this MCQ we have three statements. Statement number 1 reads as such: it is an organ of Niti Aayog. So you have to examine whether this statement is correct or not. Dear aspirants, the second statement reads as such: it is headed by the Union Finance Minister. So you have to examine whether this statement is correct, whether FSDC, the Financial Stability and Development Council, is headed by Prime Minister or FM, Honorable FM. So it monitors macro-prudential supervision. Try to catch this word. It monitors macro-prudential supervision of economy. So which of the statement given above is are correct? A, 1, 2, B, only 3, C, only 2 and 3, and D, 1, 2, 3. So what is your answer? If you are well conversant with this phenomena, that is FSDC, then you will be able to answer. Otherwise, here is the answer. Here is the answer. Parsuram Kumar is answering B. I think B is not the correct answer. The correct answer is C. That is 2 and 3 statements are correct. It is not an organ of Niti Aayog. FSDC is not an organ of Niti Aayog. So statement 1 is not correct, and here statement 2, it is headed by Union Finance Minister. This is correct statement. And the third statement, it monitors macroprudential supervision, okay, supervision of the economy. This statement is correct. So our answer should be C. Okay. Now, the Financial Stability and Development Council, FSDC, has been established to strengthen and institutionalize the mechanism for maintaining financial stability and development. Okay, what are the roles? What are the functions? What are the main, okay, you may say, being performed by FSDC to encourage a macroprudential supervision of the economy, including the functioning of large financial organizations. So this is there. Now, this council is headed by the finance minister. So let us move to the next question as far as the prelims examination of 2016 is concerned. This question relates to bitcoins. Bitcoins. With reference to bitcoins, which of the following statement is are correct? Number one, bitcoins are tracked by central banks of the countries. You have to examine whether this statement is correct. Now, the second statement, anyone with a Bitcoin address can send and receive Bitcoins from anyone else with a Bitcoin address. So you have to find out whether this statement is correct or not. Now, dear aspirants, here is the statement number 3. Online payments can be sent without either side knowing the identity of the other. So select the correct answer using the code A12, B23, C13, and D123. So what is your answer? Once again, in this MCQ, the answer is going to be B. 2 and 3 statements are correct. 2 and 3 statements are correct. Statement number 1 is not correct because bitcoins are tracked by central banks of the countries. This is not there because in our country, the central bank of our country is RBI. RBI, okay, does not track the bitcoins. Okay, though there is a verdict passed by the apex court, that is the Supreme Court of India, but still it is not being tracked by RBI in our country. That's why statement 1 is not correct. Statement 2 and 3, these statements are correct. So that's why our answer should be B. Our answer should be B. Now, dear aspirants, we will see yes, this question. The next question, what is or are the purpose of government's sovereign gold bond scheme? So gold bond scheme, this is very, very important. Gold monetization scheme. So both these schemes are there. Now statement 1, to bring the idle gold lying with Indian households into economy. You have to examine whether this statement is correct or not. Okay, I am going to reread it. To bring the idle gold lying with Indian households into economy. Now here is the second statement, to promote FDI in the gold and jewelry sector. Now the third statement, to reduce India's dependence on gold imports. So you have to select the correct answer using the code A only 1, B 23, C 13, and D 123. So what is going to be your answer? So in this MCQ, as far as sovereign gold bond schemes, okay, sovereign gold bond scheme is concerned, I think Neetu Jha should answer this question because she is an economist. Okay, economist. So if you know something about the sovereign gold bond, you should be able to answer it. Now here in this MCQ, the answer is C. The answer is C. 1 and 3 statements are correct. To promote FDI, this statement is not correct. Second statement is not correct. And jewelry sector, this is also not correct. So our answer should be 1 and 3. So, Neetu ji, second statement, to promote FDI in gold and jewelry sector, this is not there as far as sovereign gold bond scheme is concerned. To bring the idle gold lying with Indian household into economy, this is correct statement. And to reduce India's dependence on gold imports, this is also the correct answer. So our answer should be C. That is statement number 1 and 3 are correct. So if you remember, in the month of November 2015, the our honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, he launched 3 gold-related schemes. So this scheme was launched in the year 2015 in the month of November, I think. Anjali Shah, please verify it whether it is November or some other month. But I remember it was November, and our honorable Prime Minister has launched this scheme, 3 gold related schemes. Okay, and these schemes were gold monetization scheme, sovereign gold bond scheme, and Indian gold coins. So there were 3 schemes. Dear aspirants, you may find question related to this very topic. Okay, so 8 November, yes, Neetu Jha, correct. Neetu Jha, correct. So these 3 schemes were launched by Honorable Prime Minister. So the primary purpose, you should know the main objective, the main aim, the primary purpose of this scheme, okay, was what? To reduce dependence on imported gold and to recycle the unutilized, okay, whatever this statement 1, gold, idle gold lying. What is the meaning? Okay, just to recycle the unutilized gold. Okay, that is present in Indian household. So dear aspirants, you should understand the very theme of the question, and then after you will be able to answer correctly. So at present, India is the largest consumer of gold within the world. Okay, so gold monetization scheme, which has replaced both the present gold deposit and gold metal loan schemes. Yes, gold monetization. Anjali Shah, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. Now, the very purpose of the sovereign gold bond scheme, what was the aim and objective? The aim and objective was to reduce the demand for physical gold and to shift part of the estimated 300 tons of physical bars and coins purchased per annum for investment into demat, that is dematerialized gold bonds. So these are the uh, informations related to this question. So dear aspirants, this is the learning, this is the understanding as far as the UPSC preparation is concerned. If you are going to read a topic, then you should read in totality. You should try to grasp it. You should try to conceptualize it. So, with the help of diagrams, with the help of flow charts, with the help of arrows, with the help of underline, you should try to get into in your mind. Because if that is conceptualized once forever, then you will be able to answer it during your mains examination. Okay, so only prelims should not be your destination. You have to, okay, join the UPSC, you have to crack UPSC, you have to become an IAS officer. So if you are keeping such type of zeal, such type of aim of your life, really you are going to achieve that. Okay, certainly you are going to achieve that. And this type of learning, okay, this way of understanding is required there, because you have to conceptualize. Now let us have one more question, and then after we will call it a day. Okay, and so here I am taking this question from year 2017, and here I find, yes, here I find one very interesting question. Yes, very interesting question. with reference to the National Intellectual Property Rights Policy. Dear aspirants, so many times this type of question has been asked by the UPSC. National Intellectual Property Rights Policy. Consider the following statement, and there are only two statements in this MCQ. I am reading the question of 2017 prelims examination. So statement 1, it reiterates India's commitment to Doha, DOHA, development agenda and TRIPS agreement. So if you are going to answer this question, you should be able to understand what is Doha agreement and what is TRIPS. Dear aspirants, let us see the second statement of this question, MCQ. Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion is the nodal agency for regulating intellectual property rights in India. Now, which of the above statement are correct? Dear aspirants, A, only one, B, only two, C, both one and two, and D, neither one nor two. So, if you are knowing gold monetization, if you are knowing the answer, yes, Parsuram Kumar is answering B, but here in this MCQ, the answer is C. Both the statements are correct. Both the statements are correct. Now let us see why do I say both the statements are correct. Yes, the policy recognizes that India has a well-established TRIPS compliant legislative, administrative and judicial framework to safeguard. Okay, and the Doha Development Agenda and TRIPS agreement, you should be able to know it. Then you will be able to understand IPR, that is Intellectual Property Rights Policy. Okay, Intellectual Property Rights Policy. Dear aspirants, such type of questions require conceptual understanding. If you have no knowledge, you should not attempt such type of questions. Why? Because here in UPSC you will suffer from negative marking. Yes, negative marking is not there in BPSC examination, but in UPSC examination there is negative marking. सर हमें फिर से पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Okay. May I repeat this question? This question relates to national intellectual property rights. Okay, national intellectual IPR. You may say IPR. So this is the this relates to MSME. Okay, MSME, and you may say Indian startups. So the aspirants who have attended my class, they must be well conversant with such type of questions, because I have already explained it in our physical class in TopAchiever Deoghar. So this way, this was the concluding question, and we have already approached 8:24. So let us call it a day here at this point of time. And tomorrow, once again, we will be doing science and technology. And for God's sake, there should not be any electricity problem. And I assure you that we are not going to face electricity problem, either electricity problem or internet problem, because I will ensure it. I will talk to the local administration people as far as Department of Electricity is concerned, and then after I will ensure that it should not be interrupted like that. So here at this point of time, let us say goodbye. So it's good night from my side. Thank you for joining in such a good number.